Good morning, everyone. This is Angel with welcome to Beyond Charts Morning Brew section, where we cover the news and see if we can set up some these high volatile trades here. So just came on a little early because we got CPI coming out, so I want to be ready and not just get dragged into it. So we're gonna be covering that. Hey, what's up, James? James, what's up? You're up early, huh? East Coast, West Coast. All right, cool. So. We're going to be covering this, see what the CPI numbers came out. I gave the levels Patreon. Sorry, I just realized last night that the levels that I gave throughout the week, they're still pretty intact, but anything can change in the next couple of seconds right now. So we're going to see where the markets are at. So just hang tight. Let's see what happens. They come in hot. I know where they're going to come in hot.
Is going to be huge. The month-over-month number, as expected, up 0.8%. The high water mark here was actually up 0.9. So we have a bit of a reprieve there. If you strip out the all-important food and energy, exactly as expected, up 0.5. That also has had a high water mark of up 0.9. That was all the way back in April of last year. Now we get to the money numbers year over year. As expected, it's 7.9% for year-over-year inflation, following 7.5 that could get revised. 7.9. We go to the Wayback Machine to find a higher level of inflation. You're looking at 8.4% in June of 82 as your comp, and on the year-over-year ex-food and energy, known as core, exactly as expected, up 6.4%. Of course, 6% in the rearview mirror. That still may get revised. 6.4%, well, that comps to the same as the 6%. 1982, August of 82, when it was 7.1%. Now, on initial jobless claims, we're expecting a number right around 217,000. Well, 227,000 is the number from a slightly revised 216,000, so it's up 11,000. Remember, the post-COVID low going all the way back to those wild 60s was 188,000. That was back in December, I believe the first week in December. And finally, continuing claims, always a week in arrears. This is February 26th. 1,494,000, and that sequentially follows the slightly revised 1,469,000. The low water mark there was a couple weeks ago, 1,474,000. So these are good numbers. Maybe continuing claims isn't as good or initial claims, but they're still very good numbers. The big news obviously continues to be the push and pull of geopolitics into a treasury market, much more, at least price-wise and statistically concerned with what's going to happen on March 16th, the upcoming beginning of a tightening cycle, already telegraphed to supposedly be 1/4 of a point. And of course, this inflation news is going to be tough for the
Okay, so we're getting some buyers coming in on the SPY, the XPX. So they're reacting very positive to it. So I think we're okay with.
Inflation is good. Then we went to corporate greed. Now we're at Putin. Listen, it's probably all the above, but no matter how you slice it, it's all about commodities for the most part. And king commodities.
And that's what I was about to say.
And most people in the United States are reminded of that about what, every 3 to 4 days when they go fill up their tanks.
Okay, so thank you for listening in. Awesome. Let's get to it. All right. So at the end of the day, guys, look. We're still in the bear market. Like I said yesterday, I said we're probably going to have an update. We have the update. The news came out. So how do we translate this? And so far, Steve Neeson's about to come on and kind of break it down a little further, but I'm just going to kind of break it down here if you want to listen to that. We are rising off of these numbers. We're being bought. Doesn't mean that we're going to go higher, but it came at expectation. Now, the problem that exists is going to be the price of oil. So if I go in here and we start looking at oil, and it's exactly what, I don't know where we're at. We're Bitcoin right here. Price of oil is going to go there. Price of oil. Crude oil's at $113. That needs to come down, guys. Right now, with the war, with everything going down now, this could come down now if somebody opens up a pipeline. Now, that's why oil can be very, very volatile. At this moment of time, there's nothing about oil being released, but at any moment, I think with pressure of the American people, that Keystone Pipeline could be open. Now, the reason you ask, why isn't it open, and why was it one of the first initiative things that Biden shut down, right? So when I think about all these whys, and it's not about the green pack, guys. I mean, it's human nature. I strongly believe that there's probably indebted. I believe. Well, let me ask you: Do you believe that? Do you believe that this government it's influenced by lobbyist group more so than the people, right? And if you can look at every paper out there and just look at where the resource came from, and you'll see that it came from a think tank. It takes an extra 5 minutes to dive in, and you'll see, okay, and you'll see who the think tank is, who they represent, who are they representing, who are their clients. So it's pretty easy to see. Now, how does that translate to? And I'm just sharing that with you. So anyway, I want to stay on topic as far as finances, but it's letting you know that if there's a pressure on and they go the other way and they open up a pipeline. Now, I don't know why the Biden administration is going down to Venezuela to negotiate with a known enemy, or going down to who else? Iran. When we can just be self-sufficient here. But, and again, getting EV cars, that's not really going to work out, guys, because we still have a shortage on nickel, material goods. I think there's nickel, you name it, wheat, crayon. That's why the semiconductors are in trouble right now, because the CAO ASML guy came out and was like, hey, we can't find neon to make the chips. So if they can't find the materials to make the chips, then... All right, but let's get to it. Let's find out where the opportunity is out. The futures are turning around right now, crude oil, and it's for that particular reason. So, again, we had a pop of reaction, but let's dive in. Hope you guys caught the waves yesterday. Yesterday was an incredible day for how we like to trade here. But let me go in here. A couple of things I want to cover here. All right, the Dow futures are down. Everything's down 42.28 on the S&P futures. And the thing about the futures, you also have other things lining up. I put it in yesterday's morning brew. If you look at the comments, that we have a couple of things. We have a couple of headwinds on our way. What I mean, headwinds, hard to go up, meaning that the quantitative easing is over. It's over. It's officially over, right? So that means that the Fed is not going to be buying. What's the history of quantitative easing? So this is moving forward uncharted territory for us. I mean, we have not had quantitative easing since when? I think officially, we definitely started in 08, 07. So even if it started in 08 after the mortgage-backed securities, we're looking at 10, was that 12, about 14 years that we had quantitative easing, right? And I don't know if it existed before. They always call it something different. That's why. So I have to do research. I believe it did. I think it started in 95 or 2000, somewhere in there. Good morning, Skates. Good morning. I see you, buddy. What's up? What's up? All right. So again, just know that we're heading into uncharted territory. The markets are bearish, and we don't have our main buyer of mortgage-backed securities, our main buyer for ETFs, including the SPY, no longer, right? And if they start unloading their assets, then we could probably head lower. So just know that. All right. And then we also have, like I stated yesterday, we have, what do you call it? We have the Fed. We have option expiration week. That's on a monthly level. We have it's quadruple witching week, right? So we have the end of quarter. We have the futures for the quarter ending. Everything is ending next week. So it's going to be an extremely volatile or extra volatile week going into next week, which is great if you're a trader. If you're a trader, then, wait for your hands. We are going to get our beautiful, beautiful setups, guys. Here's the thing about it. Volatile weeks equate to beautiful setups. Okay, so again, I have a lot to discuss. I wrote a lot of things that I noticed this week for Sunday, so get ready. Sunday's class is going to be fire on top of every other class. Wow, that is loud. Okay, let me lower that. All right, so what do we got? As far as the game plan, I waited till the CPI, so it's on Patreon, guys. Look at it right there. It's on there for the levels. And then I didn't do SPY, I was in a hurry, but just subtract one of SPY. It's on Patreon there for you. As far as Bitcoin, I don't know. The executive order came out yesterday. I hadn't had time to read it, but Bitcoin. So I just have to go through it. I have not had a chance to go through it. There's only so many hours in the day, but we'll discuss it on Sunday if you guys want to discuss it, or maybe we'll arrange another time to discuss crypto stuff. All right. So what else we got? All right, let's just dive into it and see how the markets are reacting here. So again, let's look at the S&P 500. We're looking at the market forecast because remember, we always want to know what the environment is for the market. So yesterday, what we stated that pretty much we're declining, right? We broke zero here. This is what I mean about MACDs. MACDs broke zero. It remains below zero, so this is still bearish. There's no bullishness in sight. We might have up days. We might have down days. For the most part, we are pretty bearish. Now, ideally, if you're trading in this time frame, then you just want to say, well, if you take trades here on the bearish side, that's going to be a low probability trade. So this is why we use a 50-day to increase your probability and take those trades as close to the 50 as you can. Ideally, close to the 50, but if you see weakness here, that is close enough. So I want to use close. If we start noticing here, the moving averages are going down, and I'm just going to point things out. So right now it's using the 30-day, can't break above the 30, and now it's trying to use a 20, can't break above the 20. So again, price is going lower. NASDAQ going lower, guys. So again, we had big news yesterday. We had Amazon announced earnings. Not earnings. Amazon announced a 20-to-1 stock split, and Google announced a 21-to stock split. So what does that mean? In essence, that means goodbye to trading Amazon and Google for 100, 200-point days. The volatility is going to be wiped out. They're doing it to support the Dow. The Dow is very, very volatile. And basically, it's 20-to-1. I mean, think about it. You have 1,000 shares. Now you have 20,000 shares of these. And imagine if you're an institution now. So they're not going to move. It's not going to move after the split. So, and they're doing it to stabilize, the Dow. So it's more like it's probably going to go into the Dow. The Dow's, it's going to be replaced at some moment of time. I see what they're doing to stabilize the market or the movement of the Dow, right? IWM rallied yesterday. Again, interest rates. I don't think it's about the Fed so much. It's about gas and the war, right? And again, let's talk about the war. The war is kind of neutral right now, but can it escalate? So we're always looking at multiple facets of what's going down. If it escalates, then, let's look at it this. So where are they now? So again, not looking at news media. I'm not, I don't really, not that I care. I do care, but I'm looking at the facts. So they're going to take Kyiv, right? And if they take Kyiv, more than likely, that's kind of like a no, and the market already knows that. The Ukrainian army doesn't have a chance at this moment in time. Now, if Putin takes Kyiv and we're good there, fine. Kyiv is taken. They work it out. Okay. Now, on the offset, we kind of pissed off Putin a little bit, right? And this semiconductors, and think about this. So we get the majority of that material. I think it's called neon or creon, something like that. That comes from Mother Russia. Now, do you think that Russia, after this is over, that they're going to sell us neon to the semiconductors? I don't know. Or there's going to be some basically, animosity. I don't know. So, just know the semiconductors might not be the space you want to trade in. So at this moment of time, so things are getting a little bit dicey. So I don't foresee things like being friendly anytime soon. The peace talks kind of went downhill. So anyway, we're kind of like in this stabilized zone right now, and what could happen next? So right now, everything's kind of working sideways, and we're looking to see what happens next. We're kind of in a sideways range here. As far as the let me look at the VIX. The VIX right now, the VIX, this was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We had these huge pops. So this is how we read the VIX. The VIX went up today on that CPI news, right? But we didn't break above 34.11. So fear is still inside the market. Didn't go away, but it didn't increase, right? So that means that the news hit the market's processing it, and it didn't really scare the market more than it's already scared. Let's put it that way. So if we stay between these levels, 31, 36, then we're probably going to stay around that. And in the S&P 500, we'll probably stay in a certain range, right? And I talked about that in the Patreon pages about the ranges for the week, right? Now, if we go beyond this, then, and again, remember I said that we lost our quantitative easing. Is it going to be risk on, risk off, right? Then we're going to see this break, and then more likely we're probably going to test 4,100. And here's the thing. Look at when the last time we didn't have quantitative easing. I think that the S&P 500 was at 3,400. Oof. All right. Is that going to go down there? Don't know, but you have to ask yourself the questions, right? Not to scare you, but to prepare you. All right. The treasury notes are climbing. I don't like when they climb this fast too soon. Why? Because when the notes come up, that means that they're selling bonds. They're doing the opposite. And I'll demonstrate that for you right now. So here is the notes here, and here is the bonds. They're being sold off. So again, why is this important? And we're stabilizing here on the SP, is it spiders? On the SPY, we're stabilizing. All right, so why is it important? Well, because, all right, so if this is going up, more than likely 30-year, think about real estate, the stable thing for real estate goes up. This is based on your 30-year mortgage plus a premium, right? So this is how they take that. So if it's not bad compared to the 2080s. You still can get a decent rate for real estate, but it'll definitely damper some people, some, not all. All right, let's go into Bitcoin. I'll do that at the end. It's better to do at the end to give it a better flow. Let's look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500, we got it exactly where we want it, guys. It's right at that 50. Yes, it was a great day. For those who took my class or you've been with me here for a long period of time, you know what we do. We traded back to the 50. So yesterday we gapped up, and where was it going? Back to the 50 as we broke those levels yesterday. Let me get myself, I'm sorry. As we broke those levels, it's going to go back up to 4,300, and it tested it for like maybe a minute. So again, that was a good little trade if you're trading on multiple time frames. For people in my class, I just want to point this out. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and this is something we talked about at length, guys. This is a 1 minute chart, but forget about the 1 minute. I want you to train your eyes. And this is what we're training our eyes to see. When we see these type of movements in any market, right? Any market, when we see these type of movements right here, this is when you kind of know something big is happening, especially when it's going in an uptrend. This is exactly what we would like to see. And that's when you can actually take advantage of some trades. All right. So just want to share that with you guys real quick. That's what we're training ourselves to see. You're not over trading, but you're seeing these movements. And we had another one right here. Now, they do occur in other time frames as well. So that's what we're going to train. So it did happen on the 15-minute time frame. Not clean. We gapped up and we bounced here. So it wasn't clean as a zero, but we did have that movement here. And that's why using the Patreon group and the levels, you can put things together and understand the price and what it's telling you to do. This is the whole purpose of the class. And this is, so I hope you guys caught that. So for today, the futures right now at 42.35, that's going to put us right around that, 42.35, 42.45 is going to put us right at that 50, guys. We can't, 40 is going to put us right here. So it's put us right below the 50 on the hourly. So if we start declining and this starts breaking down, then more than likely MACD start going down, and you're going to be looking at this right here. So again, what this is basically the fangs are being bought. So at the open, you notice that the big green candles showed you that we're probably going to have an up day. The fangs are being bought, not the fangs, but the top 5 stocks. I don't say fang. I think it's Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, and one more. I forgot. I don't know. But anyway, if you want access to that, let me know. Send me your TradingView handle. You can either message me on TradingView or message me through here, and I'll grant you access. So that's how we use that. All right. So E-minis are working way lower. There's the plan there. TNX. All right. Let's see what's going down here as far as movers. Okay. I have a couple of minutes here. I have 10 minutes. So we're doing well. We're doing well. We're actually rocking and rolling. So S&P 500 going to open right at that 50. So something big is about to happen. Watch the MACDs. Look at other time frames to see for a move. Right now, the spiders are working its way lower. So more than likely, we're probably going to retest lower. We're probably going to go to that 4160, 4186, 4160. Again, if gas keeps increasing, I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 4100. All right, so the Qs are probably going to follow suit as well. Remember, interest rates are high. Tech is not going to follow. Okay, so watch the Qs, and Russell should probably follow as well. And let me see. Yeah, I'll look at that. Google, again, so Google rallied nicely, broke out. But remember, these are day trades. Like I said things are going to go up, but they're not going to hold. They're not going to hold. So if you look at Google from multiple angles, that's why we look at the hourly. So, and I'm going to just share that with you real quick so we can understand what I mean is that even though you're going to trade Google, and Google's on the hourlies 15 and 1 minute. So again, yesterday, Google, you had them both, right? It gapped up at the hourlies and it broke through. MACDs are still going through. You could have waited till this little pop there, but again, still broke through again. And if you wanted to trade it, you had the levels here again, but it wasn't like a fall in love moment. And the reason why is because, this is why I stated, is that we're still right here. We're still basing, right? We're still in that. And the 200-day moving right now is at the 50-day. So in theory, right now, this is called the death cross right here. So again, but I think the damage already has already happened, right? Where the 20 and the 50 cross right here, So we'll see. All right, guys. So we'll see what happens there. Let's look to see if there's anything juicy for us to trade. So we had a lot of squeezes yesterday, guys. Amazon squeeze. This was overnight. And again, let's look at Amazon because I want to talk about Amazon. So Amazon announced a 20-to-1 stock split. So let's look at this and let's see where it sold off. So again, it went up aftermarket to 30. What was that? 30.90 pre-market, right? 30.90. This was yesterday at the close. 30.90. I like how they waited to the close. 30.90. So guys, this is a very integral part right there. That's where they're gonna sell it off. They sold it off pretty hard. All right, so today, do we have follow-through on Amazon? Don't know, right? That's a big question. Now, the activity happened overnight, but again, this is exactly how we like to trade. We would have taken advantage of that if we were able to, but they waited until after the close. But right now, Amazon's working its way lower. Let's see if it can hold that 28.97. If it doesn't, it might come back down to 27.81. MACDs look like weak, so it might pull back. So this is it's giving you the story of what the market is revealing to us is that even with the good news of Amazon that it's not going up, right? 20-to-1, that's a great news, but it's not going up. And if we look at Amazon from a daily perspective here, guys, look, Amazon is in a bear market. It's bearish, right? It's been bearish below the 200-day. Can it hold these levels here? And it's got earnings here. So again, and Amazon has a lot of problems. They got wage inflation, supply chain issues, and then every quarter the Bezos are selling, like that's how they live off. So anyway, just know that. And so we'll see. Still make a lot of money, but they just have some issues. All right, so let's see if we can find any other movers here. Now, ISRG didn't move yesterday, even with the squeeze. Didn't really move. Is it going to move today? Don't know. Or is it going to go down? So we're going to be looking at ISRG. Tesla having a hard time breaking above 850. Can get over 888 and definitely 950. Now, the thing about Tesla, it is being bought below 800. Now, if you look at Tesla for multiple time frames, we'll see. Amazon looks like it could happen, but for looking for multiple time frames, it looks like it's probably going to go to 2765, but things can change in the next 30 minutes. So I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, the market's processing the numbers here. I'm noticing the SPYs going up and down and the E-minis here. But watch it. If we by chance turn around, that could be a play on Amazon and maybe go up to that 30.90. But 30.90 is sold off, guys, pretty hard. So you have a couple of levels here. You have 29.85, right? So 29.85, and then you got that 20.90, pretty 30.90, pretty hard. Tesla, watch Tesla. I've been watching Tesla quite a bit. It's being bought, and there's definitely algos on it. Watch it. Watch Tesla. It's being bought below 800 in a lot in droves. Okay, so again, doesn't stay very long below 800, and just watch it right there. ISRG trying to move. Let's see what that happens. CMG rallied yesterday. I'm not getting the pre-market numbers yet, but CMG has a lot of headwinds, guys. Like I said yesterday, who's going to pay $20 for a burrito bowl, right? So again, don't know. Are you? I don't really. Again, it increases your options because now they put the consumer at a different level, and now you're going to be like, well, do I want $20 burrito bowl, or do I want to go somewhere else and get maybe another type of food? So don't know if that their pricing power is they're adding it to the consumer. Now we did rally yesterday, and just want to point this out. This squeeze here on the moving averages rally. This is a trade that we set up yesterday. Don't know who took it. I didn't take it, but we did set it up. Let's look at. And again, by the way, they were all squeezing, guys, squeezing. And why do I mean by that? Just to kind of demonstrate to you guys. When we get a significant sell-off like this, right, and you look at all the moving that are squeezing, this is in the 15-minute time frame if you're asking. Again, it's squeezing. A big pop is going to come here because this is going to be a lot of short covering in multiple time frames. And when it breaks this right here, it's going to pop, and that's where we get the pop. Went back, retest, and took off. But again, like I said yesterday, don't fall in love. Let's see what happens today. If it pulls back to the 1362, all prices lead back to the 50-day moving average. Land Research just said they cannot get neon. They're having a hard time getting it. So, okay, so now we have that. Goldman Sachs working his way lower. Netflix giving it all back. And again, we're noticing all these companies giving it back. I think Roku's going to go to 91. When is it going to go? I don't know. But NVIDIA having a hard time. They can't get the neon stuff. So they can't make chips. They can't make chicks. They can't make money. This can probably go back down to the 200 range. So watch NVIDIA. Mercado Libre finally broke out today. Or yesterday finally broke out. I was waiting for that. This kind of was a delayed reaction. And again, just a squeeze, and just broke out right there. So when you see these patterns, and again, I just want to share this with you guys. Again, look, I'm just kind of pointing this out, pointing the obvious. Train your eyes to see this, and you'll make money. Now, there is, you see these on the other side too, right here, right there. But you kind of have to, put in the work and watch the price action. So just want to show you that. We saw this all along yesterday. This wasn't as clean. But Shopify, let's watch Shopify. It's giving it all back at this moment. All right, TTD. Okay, Coinbase giving it back. Coinbase had it too, guys, right there. Boom, boom, pre-market though. ServiceNow had it. They all had it yesterday. So train yourself to see these moves. Now, if you're going to trade something like Apple didn't really kind of have it. Not really. You see this on Apple, something like that. You're not. You want it on a mover. That's when you're going to make some money, especially on an option, because it moves. All right, so let's look at Endo. This is a buddy of mine's a scalper of stocks, not options. So this is when he's been scalping. But that's a whole other ball game. At occasion, I will dabble in this, but not really. I like what I do better. But to each their own. But let's see what do we like? What do we like? If you have a stock you want me to watch, let's watch. Let's cover the ones that we normally cover. Let's do the spiders or SPY. All right, so SPY right now, it is, so pre-market right now, this is a 1-minute chart, hourlies and 15-minute time frame. 422, holding these levels here. So again, we have it at the 50, below the 50. Could it rally? Let's see how it reacts here at the first 10, 15 minutes, but we got exactly where you want it to be. If you start noticing a decline and they're going to start selling it, this could probably drop down to, what I say, right in there, 417, 416. If that gets taken out, then you're looking at 410, right? You're looking at those levels down there. So if we rally, then you know that 428. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger for you guys. Actually, let me do this. There's a up here, scale. Let me see that. Too many stuff on the right hand side. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And apply to all. And now it's cleaner. Okay, so now much better. Wow. Okay, so now what do we got? We have. Let me make this bigger for you guys. Okay, so what do we got? Okay. So we have, again, let's see, on spiders. If we start rally, this is looking at the moving average. They're actually they're going down. So that's giving me a clue that, and the MACDs are about to turn right now. So more likely, it looks like we're probably going to retest these levels right here of 417 and 416, right in there somewhere. If that gets taken out, then we're probably going to hit my weekly range, right? Weekly range, and it's going to be around 409, 410, which is equivalent to this level right here, and that's for spiders. Okay, so that's ideal. If we turn around, there's going to be a lot of stuff right here at around that $2,700 range. A lot of consolidation there. A lot of consolidation there. Okay, so just know that on spiders. Again, let's see how it reacts. We got about 30 minutes to the open. Let's look at QQQs. Qs. Again, we got the Qs here at the 50. Broke the 50 here. Let's see what happens here. It's probably going to come back up a little bit here to retest and then see what happens there, which is going to put us right in this space right here. This is all pre-market. It's having a hard time breaking above 335, 332. If we start breaking down here, and let me see if I can make this a little bigger for you guys. If we start breaking down here, right, if this starts breaking down, it's breaking down to 50. Now, it might be an entry to the downside, and we probably got 321. Now, if we turn around, like, I don't know about price action here, more likely we're probably going to retest that 333 area. That number keeps coming up, 335, having a hard time, but let's see how it reacts. But looking a little weakness here. We'll love for this to set up, and I think that's probably going to happen in the first. We could move all day. IWM, Russell, we got it at the 50. Again, we got them all exactly. We gapped down here on that news. IWM, the cost of goods, commodities. Again, looks like it wants to break down here. So let's look at the IWM here. So let's look. IWM can probably go down to these levels of 193, currently 197. 15-minute time frame is just started on the hourly. 15-minute time frame. We could have an exhaustion sell-off here, right? Let's see. The 1 minute time frame, if this starts turning down, it's just about to, it looks like we can go lower. All right, guys, so that's what we got on these indicators right here. So gave you a lot to cover here. And then if you want to trade some other stocks here, SPY is working its way lower. All right. ISRG, I think that one's ready to maybe go down. ISRG, again, not at the 50, but we're at to have it on the 15-minute time frame. So this could be it's gap down. Okay, so let's see how it reacts there. Could it fill this gap right here up to 69? Possibly. I'm just going to look at Amazon because that looked like a mover. Might as well trade it until we can. Breaking down here, it's probably going to go down to 2,800 is a possibility to these levels here. So watch it at the open. It's kind of let it come back up a little bit. Let's see how it reacts right there. All right, guys, we gave you a lot here. If there's anything you want me to cover, let me know. I think that the market's still processing. We're still processing the information here. E-minis are still lower at the 50. These are a little bit delayed. Let's cover Bitcoin. Bitcoin, again, people say it's inflation, but it's sold off. Again, watch Bitcoin. It's right at that 50. All moving averages are squeezing. The executive order came out. Got to read into it, see what happens here. But it's definitely in a tight range here. I don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to unload the shares, unload their crypto, or start buying more? Don't know at this moment of time. You have MicroStrategy right in the middle here. So, it's going to follow Bitcoin, but exactly where we like it to see is going to move one way, shape, or form. Ethereum right there, all squeezing, same type of thing. All right, guys, that's all we have at this moment in time. It is 9:04, 9:04, 9:04, 9:04. Again, someone asked me about, they asked me about the class. So once again, guys, it's in the description here. But if you want to attend, let me know. I can grant you access to a previous recording. But once again, guys, if you want access to that, let me see. You can go there. You can go to the description. You can go to the Patreon on my YouTube page, and then it'll bring you to the page right here. And again, access to the game plan is included in the support page. You get that every night. And it's included in here. And also I'm about to develop another class that will be included in this one and it'll be in that one. And that's coming out shortly. All right, guys, go out there, go get it. Again, I think that the market is going to move. Spiders are coming back up. We have it exactly where we want it, guys. It's right at that 50-day moving average. Get yourself ready. It is 9:06. Get both ready. Watch those moving averages because they're going to go on the hourlies. I think that we have it exactly where you want it. Remember, the Fed comes out next Wednesday. We have Thursday. We have Friday. We'll see. All right, there. Go out there. Go get it. If you haven't subscribe, I guess do that if you want to. But here it is. All right, guys. God bless. Take care. And I'll see you tomorrow.